exploring the different platforms for video conferencing, we discovered virtual field trips. And we're like, whoa, what's this? How does this work? And as we started doing more investigation into it, we got really excited because we've gone to some pretty cool places. Like we went to a sloth farm in Costa Rica, and all we did was go in a conference room, close the doors, hook up our computer, and we were connected with Costa Rica, and they were actually walking us around a sloth farm, and we could ask questions and interact. And we thought, we were like a bunch of little kids, and we thought, if we're getting really this giddy over this, kids are gonna get giddy over it. So we were pretty excited. So we've been working to really make sure it works right for you in the classroom. We've been exploring different technologies, and we're gonna go through today and just show you the different things that you can do with it.
We'll also show you all the advantages that we're kind of explaining and how it can really be a positive influence in your teaching.
Okay, so how many here have gone on a field trip and had to do all the prep work, or maybe look more like this? My favorite is how many filled out the field trip packet and it got lost. I hear this all the time. Just show of hands. No? None of you? You're all lucky.
Yes.
Or, okay, how about the bus never showed up or it was late?
Or been told no because of the cost of a field trip.
Yes, exactly. So the cool thing about virtual field trips is you don't have to worry about that. There's no buses, there's no permission slips, there's no coordinating lunches at the cafeteria, there's no cost.
Don't have to worry about the weather.
Here's what you can expect today to learn exactly what a virtual field trip is, when to do a virtual field trip, and how to plan and prepare for a virtual field trip.
So what is a virtual field trip? A virtual field trip, or a field trip taken online, can take a student to locations too far away to travel or too expensive to visit. Virtual field trips can take a student back in time, into outer space, or even into a microscopic world. So using a video conferencing platform, you can take your kids on a field trip and never have to leave the classroom. I mean, how easy is that? You can use it with your current technology. If done correctly, students should be able to acquire the same cognitive and affective gains that a real field trip makes possible. When this is possible, an entirely new world of experiences will be open to students regardless of the school field trip budget, as they can all experience firsthand the potential of the internet as a valid curricular device.
Okay, so we have a couple videos just to show you real quick.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, wonderfully.
I think Skype is the ultimate field trip where you are actually able to travel to the other side of the world without ever leaving your classroom.
We can Skype with California today, we can Skype with Brazil tomorrow, and Skype in the classroom allows us to do that.
This is live learning. This is not something we would get in a textbook or in any kind of newspaper article.
Do you think that the U.S. presence is helping with the elections?
Having Skype in the classroom just allows me to see a different type of viewpoint that wouldn't be accessible otherwise.
When I look at poverty alleviation, the biggest kind of need and opportunity is just to get all kids, and especially girls, in school.
Hi, Ben.
We sponsor an orphan in Uganda. His name's Ben, and we pay for his school fees, his food. It feels really good that you've helped somebody with their life.
You can start to teach the kids right from the beginning. They can grow knowing how to conserve the nation.
We came up with root harvesting, but it can harvest rainwater during the rain season.
That's cool.
The goal is to empower students to play a part in solving some of the world's problems. And Skype makes global learning possible in a way that we cannot replicate.
Wow, there are people out there who really want to better the world and are working for it. We can actually do something.
As educators, we're constantly trying to find tools for them to engage them, excite them, and make those connections to the outside world.
It inspires us that we're really young, but we're making a difference in the world.
Yeah!
The more that we can foster connections, relationships, interactions with those outside of their own natural comfort zone, they'll be better global citizens.
I am beyond excited about the opportunities offered through Skype in the classroom.
And I'm hearing some of you ask if we can do this every Friday. I love that.
All right, and then the other one that we want to show you is there is the California Parks Recreation for the state of California, and they have a program that's called PORTS. And what they do is they do curriculum and virtual field trips that are all tied to California standards. So if you're working on animals. They have, it's so broad. There's
so many.
There's so many,
so many.
I can't go over it. We're going to go to their page in a little bit, but they also have lessons that you do. So if you're building a unit, you can pull the lesson in and use that with your unit and it helps you get the kids prepared for the virtual field trip. So it's pretty cool because they've kind of taken and done a lot of the work for you, and then it makes the experience for the kids much better because they're prepared and they have like their questions ready. And I forgot what I was going to say. Anyways, okay, let's show you.
We've done observations of our own live caterpillars over the past few weeks. And then today we had the opportunity to have a video conference with the PORTS program through the state parks.
Today we're going to talk about some special butterflies. Anybody know what butterflies these are?
Monarch butterflies.
Monarch butterflies.
So we had a state park ranger talk to our kids about kind of the life cycle of a butterfly and some interesting facts about monarch butterflies and migration and metamorphosis. And they had an opportunity to ask some of those questions that they've developed over the last few weeks while they've been studying and reading and looking at different information.
Do they pump their wings again if they get wet in the water?
It's going to dry out its wings.
I learned about butterflies today that if they get wet, they pump their wings and the water gets out of their wings.
Before the video conference, the kids had an opportunity to observe the changes that had happened with their caterpillars since the last time they saw them. They only really get to observe once a week since it's a lab situation, so they had a chance to take a look and look at the changes and write observations, take photos and video of the changes that they observed.
When I saw the caterpillars change, they were this big and now they're this big.
Now today in our video conference, it's just one more really good way of gathering information about butterflies because the woman that we're going to be speaking to is an expert.
What I want to do is show you the real life size of an egg. So take your fingers like this, pinch them together, and then so touch your fingertips to fingertips and really smush them together then. See how you create that little tiny hole that you can almost see through a little bit? See that little tiny hole? That's as big as a monarch egg.
I think it was really cool because it was like going on a field trip without leaving the classroom or the school.
Here we go. So can you see it forming?
Yeah.
From here, we'll take all of that information that they've gathered over the past few weeks and we will work on creating our own films, our own videos, and putting together both the writing and the photography they've done, the video that they've done, and put it all together so that they can produce a product and teach other second graders and other students in general about what we've studied in this whole unit.
Do you guys see the value in the virtual field trips? Like how you can do it. I think they would be cool for those short days too, when you need something to fill the time, you're getting out early. Plan one of these, because a lot of the people, we've done a few of them, and a lot of them are like, how much time? I can talk for 30 minutes. It's going to be a very condensed field trip, or I can talk for an hour and a half. How much time do you want me to talk for? Some of them do have very set times. They're like, it's 1 hour. That's all you get is 1 hour. So they would be good for that. They're good for just getting the kids out and doing some self-directed learning. Did you notice in the one video the kids were actually operating the camera and doing all the setup? Did you guys catch that? So you're bringing the technology in for the kids. The kids can actually do this, and we're going to show you how easy it is. Anything else, Brittany?
We've actually done pilots of each of these programs. We've done Skype for business trips, and we've also just recently done ports. We've done it with Kit Keene and Eric Garber, who are TOSAs in our district, and we actually did one here, I think, at Norwood, and spent an hour with somebody in the ports program going over kelp farms, and it was really great. The one downside to the ports, obviously, weather, but what they can do is they can take a boat out into the ocean and they can take the camera and put it underneath the water and show you the kelp farms. I mean, it is just really cool.
It's pretty cool, too, because while they're down there, the seals or the little otters will come and
just swim right by.
They'll swim by, or the one that we did, it kept playing with the camera, so it was kind of cool. And you can't predict that, so it was kind of cool that that was happening.
Absolutely.
So we actually took a little field trip. This is our very first one that we did with a class. And we actually took 3rd graders from West Side to a turtle hospital, and Florida. And the kids had really great questions. They had been doing their animal unit, and they had really great questions. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. It was kind of a last minute. We got to put it together. The teacher said, yes, come. And so we were kind of nervous. We're like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. And the kids were just like this the whole time. Like, we could not, you couldn't break their focus from it if you tried. So we have just a short clip to show you of the kids interacting. I wish you could make it bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go bigger. So what was really cool about this is, like I said, we didn't know what to expect, and I really honestly thought it was going to be a woman in a room like this and have a turtle, right? And
a clear box or something.
And a clear box or something, and then she was going to have, you know, a webcam, and she was just going to talk to the kids. No. They were really in the middle of the Florida Keys there, and they had these big, huge swimming pools, and she was outside with her setup that she has, which was amazing. It was flawless. And she just walked around from each tank and talked about each turtle in each tank, and the kids got to ask questions, and she'd tell them why they were there. They were sick, or they got hit by a boat, or they were attacked by a shark, and it was really cool. I think we all were like, oh my gosh, it's pretty cool.
Yes.
David and Shane were there with us at that one, and we all left, and we were like, wow.
Kind of like the sloth farm. We watched them like batting mosquitoes off themselves because they're in the middle of a jungle in Costa Rica, and you're like, wow, this is real? Like, I mean, how do you get Wi-Fi out there?
Yeah.
It's just the coolest experience.
It was pretty cool. So actually those third graders are now, you know, have gone on, and they still see me when I come on campus. They're like, remember we went to the turtle farm? And I'm like, you remember me? And you remember that? Like, that was last year. And they're just like, are we gonna go do it again? What are we gonna do this year? Where are we going? And I was like, well, you have to ask your teacher, and that type of thing. So it gets them really excited. And they, we did have the teacher write in what she thought about it, and as you can see down there, her kids were fully engaged, and it reflected in their writing later that they did. So they did this, and then she had a writing prompt for them, and you know, as she says, they were able to produce really good writing from this experience. So it kind of brings all the pieces together for you.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to, at any time, just raise your hand. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that some of the facts that Skype and Ports have put out there for us is that the students, when they do more virtual field trips, they lose their inhibitions, and they grow into confident individuals, and they also develop an inherent flair for public speaking, because you're going to be asking a question in front of your whole class. I mean, imagine the confidence that it takes to get up and ask an adult on your smartboard a question, and you know, the classroom really becomes geographically limitless.
Yes. They're there. Sometimes they're like, no, I'm not sure. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And then others they think it's so cool that they're talking to someone through the computer, and they just blows them away. I guess more kids are getting used to FaceTime now.
Yeah.
But
I guess it's becoming more normal.
More normal. Okay. So when and how. You literally can do this anytime from the comfort of your classroom. Okay, you don't have to go to the library, you don't have to take them all down to the gym, unless you prefer to do it in those areas, but you can do it right from your classroom, and you use your current classroom technology. We're going to show you how to use, how many people brought their P40s today? Oh, look at all of you.
I see
so yes,
laptops.
Can I just borrow yours for a second? You can do it with just this nice little computer, and we're going to actually, we do have webcams with tripods. And we're having, we're gonna have external mics and speakers. So we literally are putting kits together that you can check out, okay? And when I say check out, I mean IT will bring it, set it up. We'll be there the day of to support you to make sure everything works. Anything else?
No, you're good.
Okay. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about the technology. Brittany's gonna go over that.
So all of our certificated staff this year did receive a new Lenovo P40 laptop. Mine looks a little different, but it just doesn't have the cool etching on the top like all of yours does. So you can basically use this one tool to do a video conference. So I think it was with Eric, when we did his Ports conference, we just took his laptop and set it on a table, and the microphone picked up everybody in the room of a class this size, and also the camera picked up pretty much everybody in a room of a class this size. Obviously the person talking on the other side's on the smartboard, so you have a good visual of them. So you really have it fully equipped right here. Now, like Jamie had mentioned, we also have a video conferencing kit. It includes a a webcam.
Not a smartboard.
No, not a smartboard. A webcam and a tripod, and also comes like a case with external speakers and an external microphone. If you were going to be doing it, say, maybe in like a cafeteria or a gym, that would probably be a better situation. But you could use just your laptop in your classroom. Your smartboard, or even just a projector and a screen used to have your students see the person on the other side. And then audio, some classrooms are equipped with classroom audio. If not, we have the ability to bring out sound systems and speakers and get that all set up for you.
Yeah,
so IT is a big part of supporting you in your video conferencing ventures.
I'd say it's probably the first thing that we have done that we've put full IT support behind. And that team that will come out to support you will be the 4 of us.
Yes.
So, and we stay the entire time, and we're going to go over it later, but we will help you from scheduling to the end, tear down, getting it all done. So you don't have to worry about, oh, what if the speakers don't work, or what if the laptop doesn't work, or what if this doesn't work. That's what we're there for.
Yes.
Because we want to make sure that after we do all of this, it works, because otherwise the kids lose out, right? You don't want to get them hyped up about going on this trip and then they don't get to go because the technology didn't work. So our boss has told us, you will support it, you will go out, you will do this. So we're pretty excited about that.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you want to demo with Skype now, or you want to?
Yeah, sure. We've already got our laptops out.
Brittany's going to show you all how to get Skype is something the district owns, and Ports is something the district has partnered with. It's free to anybody, but what we want to do is we kind of want to show you, and actually if you want to demo on this one, we're going to show you how to get into it, and we're actually going to go and do a quick video conference with someone at the district office.
Skype for Business is the one you're looking for. That's what we use.
You will not go to the internet?
No, it's already installed on your computers. And Jamie signed in. You should automatically sign in based on your credentials, but if you have any trouble, we'll walk around and make sure.
Brittany, did you show them the menu?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure.
Right down here, if you just type it, you can type down here too, Skype for Business. Mine's cut off, Brittany.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, but if you go to your little Windows window here, yeah, and if you go here and you just start typing Skype, just start typing. Right there, Skype for Business.
Yep. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Yes, it'll be, so if your credentials aren't automatically prompting, it is your full Twin Rivers email address and the same password that you use to log into your computer or email.
If you need help, then we have ourselves plus Shane and David to help you. Just put your hand up and we'll come around.
So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to call over to Raul, who is in our server department over at the district office, and just show you how easy it is to launch a call with just a couple of clicks.
I'm going to back up for just a second. You probably don't see all of these people, any people listed, because you haven't chatted with anyone yet or called anyone. So you should see a Find Someone right here. If you just start typing in someone's name, if they're in our district, they should come up, okay? If you want to message with someone out of the district, I'll show you how to do that. So Renee Castro
Pick it on you,
is
Renee.
available. So she just started typing in her name and it came up. You see they have a green check, that means they're available.
And online.
And online. Okay.
So we can search for anybody.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to call.
You want to call Raul?
Yeah, we're going to call to the district office.
So right now it says that he's busy, but we're going to call him anyways because he's expecting us. You can call really easily with just a simple right click and call. Skype call. You've got a couple different options there as well.
Yeah, or you can click their name. Come on, work. Or you can click their name and a box will come up like this.
And say, hey, Raul, we're going to call.
Are
Before
you
a little
ready?
forewarning would be nice.
So we're going to ask him if he's ready first, that way.
What's really cool too is if you have any conversations in Skype, they're all saved in your email. So say you email your coworker and you're saying, hey, do you have that lesson? And then a week later you're trying to go, okay, wait, I know, where did I talk about? The email, text message, Skype? It kind of links into your email, so it's really nice. You can go back and view those conversations. I use that a lot for attachments, anything sent through Skype.
Now that I've brought his name up, it's really just as simple. And the steps that I'm doing right now are the same steps we would do with our field trip coordinator on the other end. So this is literally how easy it is.
And if you want to talk to somebody outside of the organization, you can also, here in the search field, type full email addresses, and you can message with people. We do, I know HR does Skype for Business interviews, things of that sort. So there's other things to use it for as well.
Okay, everyone's live, so. Yay, there he is. Can you hear us? Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear us? Maybe not. So this is why we do testing.
Microphone's muted.
Ah, there we go. Can you hear us?
You muted me, didn't you?
Brittany did.
Yes, that was me.
Ah, Brittany.
Sorry.
So this is Raul in our server department, and he was.
I was going to answer using my cell phone in the server room, but I thought it would be too loud, so.
Yeah. But it's something that we've played around with at the district office, is about offering field trips in our server room. We're just trying to figure out how to do it with how loud it is in there, but we thought it'd be really cool, especially for the little kids, because all the lights and they go up and down and they change color. And so we're even trying to figure out how to do this. We've been talking to transportation about doing tours around a bus, like if you're going to actually go on a field trip, that maybe they could take you around on a bus and kind of get the kids that have never been on a bus before ready for the bus before they actually have to get on it that day. So that's something we've been talking to them about as well. Anyone ask Raul a question? Ask him anything. No?
No.
Don't be shy.
Anything?
Raul, do you like using Skype for Business? Do you like when we
yes,
message you?
Yes, it is fantastic. It's we get instant feedback if they're available. They get a little notification if they missed a call from us. It's great, and it's accessible anywhere and completely independent, other than having a good network connection.
Raul, I have a question for you. How does it benefit the students in the classroom?
Oh, they can go anywhere that they want to see anything. They can go to the zoo across the country, maybe somewhere in Florida. They can see the alligators and stuff. I know that you guys done a whole bunch of virtual field trips, and those are one of the things they can benefit. And be able to communicate with, you can also communicate with parents. There's a way to link to Skype, and you can set up a one-on-one session with your parents. You can set up a one-on-one session with the kids and students, and I think it's really beneficial. What do you guys think?
Do you guys think it sounds pretty cool so far?
We got a thumbs up, 8 thumbs
yes.
up.
Woo!
Any more thumbs up? Okay, I see 2. Any more? Okay, thank you, Raul.
Thank you, Raul.
You're welcome.
See you later.
Have fun, you guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Okay, so I have to tell you the truth. We literally asked him to help us
This
2
morning.
minutes before we came in to do our little thing in there. We're like, can you do this with us? Because we wanted to actually demo it for you and make it, so we're not just like, yeah, it does this, it's great. We wanted you to see it. We wanted you to get logged in because we want to make sure that you feel comfortable before you leave. So we're going to go back to the slideshow for a minute. Ports uses their own video conferencing platform, and it's called K20 Video. It requires some setup on our part, so if you are going to do a port, it's probably the most critical ones that you get in touch with us about. The Skype ones, we can help you from the classroom. We can help you from the help desk, but the K20, you definitely want us there because there's some stuff we have to put on your computer.
So it takes
browser.
some configuration.
Yeah, it takes some configuration.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as Skype, but the benefits are still great. We still want you to use it. Yes?
We were asking about the Turtle one. Did that cost, or it was just set up and scheduling?
Oh,
Zero
great
cost.
question. Zero cost.
What's the benefit to them? Is it a tax write-off for their time?
I don't know because they partner with Microsoft because Skype is owned by Microsoft.
Microsoft for Education,
And I think it's because they're nonprofits. They want to just get the word out. And I guess if they bring attention to themselves, maybe it brings in some donations for them. But from us, we don't pay anything for it. And we gain from it.
Yes,
it's all gain, right? The differences, we put some differences up. Field trips Skype is around the world. Ports is California only, okay? They only do stuff in California because it's tied to the state parks. So you might want to do one of each. You might find something in the Skype for classroom or Skype for virtual field trips, and you might find something in ports, so you're going to do 2 field trips for your unit. And I'll get this, if everyone make sure they sign in, or I can get a roster from Mary, we'll make sure you get these websites, and we're going to actually go to these websites.
Yeah, so you guys can get a better look at what's offered through each.
So for virtual field trips through Skype in the classroom, you're going to go to education.microsoft.com. Can everybody see that up there? And if you have never been here before, later, when I give you some free time, you can do the join now. It doesn't cost you anything to join, but what it does is the more that you use it, it starts tracking the things that you're doing, and you earn like little Microsoft badges. And it has, I think it has some kind of reward system tied to it. I don't quote me on that, but I know that it will remember you. So I obviously have done this a few times. So I'm going to sign in, and I'll just show you what it looks like. You're just going to use your Office 365 account, which again is just your Twin Rivers email and your network password. Okay, and then on the left-hand side here, it says Skype in the classroom. Work for me. And you'll notice that they use Skype in many different ways. There are Skype lessons, Skype collaborations, virtual field trips, guest speakers.
Oh, and mystery Skype.
And mystery Skype. I'm going to touch on a few of these just a little bit, but right now we're going to talk about virtual field trips. And as you scroll through, there is a little video that I'll let you watch on your own. But Oceans Month is this month. So they have all of these, if we were like still in school or you had planned, they have all of these virtual field trips that are about the ocean, and they're all in different places. And they're going to, some of them are going to be underwater, and they're going to be diving down. And there's one that they had, and they're like 6,500 feet down below the ocean. And they're in this marine biology lab, 6,500 feet below the ocean. I'm like, how do you even get connection 6,500 feet below?
I know, that's the cool thing.
That's the cool part. So as I'm watching that video, I'm like, how do they do that?
And it's really cool too because you have the option to filter, and you can do it by age and like I think class size in a few different ways. So
yeah, you
and
can
what
filter
topic that you're looking for.
So when you filter
and your
right
time
here,
availability.
It does have everything across the top. And if you're just not sure, you can always email Brittany or myself and say, I really want to do something like this. Can you find me something? And then let us figure it out. We'll send you, we found this, this, and this. Does it tie into what you're thinking? Mm-hmm. And then we can start working on the scheduling for you.
And I think Crystal Cove State Park is the one that we did do with Eric, right? Yeah, the Crystal Cove State Park.
Yes, because Ports does one there as well.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple, and we wanted to show you this because if you're one of those technology people that's like, I don't need IT, I got this, fine, we'll let you do them on your own. But we wanted to make sure that you knew that we
are around to support and help out in any way that you need.
So when you come to it and you click on it, it gives you a little quick summary of what it is. And then it gives you register for this field trip. And when you click on that register for this field trip, it'll give you dates and times. If you don't see something, you can always email them. It'll have a contact person, and you can email them and say, hey, would you be able to squeeze me in on this date and time?
They're usually pretty flexible. They can work with most schedules.
Yeah.
Yes, it is free.
Free.
So the district has owned Skype and Microsoft, for a long time, and we're just learning how to leverage all these tools. So Skype, all of these are free.
It hasn't been for lack of trying. That leverage has not been for lack of trying. I have been trying to get it out there to you guys. It's just been, we haven't always had the support that we needed to bring it out to you, okay? So virtual field trips. Hopefully it kept me in there. So it's all broken down, and again, like we said, you can filter it. And here's the cool thing. Well, it's cool and it's bad at the same time. They change.
Yeah.
Okay? Sometimes the people only do them for 6 months. So if it's something that you saw and you're thinking about it, you probably want to jump on it and take advantage of it. Because ones that were here last year are not here now. And they're always changing. So it's kind of cool because you can do this every Friday with your kids if you wanted to, or every Thursday with your kids if you wanted to, because it's always changing. Okay. I'm going to give you guys time to explore and go around. I just want to talk about mystery Skype and guest speakers. So authors, how many people writing, right? ELA is our huge thing in the district. Right. Okay. You could actually take an author, learn about that author, have the kids do some research, get some good questions together, schedule a video conference, virtual field trip with her, and you can have her be a guest speaker with your kids. So now the kids didn't just read it do the research on the internet. They're actually getting to interact with her. So when you're doing your lesson and they ask you a question about the author, you could say, well, let's put that in our parking lot. And when we meet with her, we'll ask her that question, right? So the kids come up with the questions for them. The guest speakers are all over. There are math professors. There are scientists. There are, I think I saw on there, astronauts. I know I've seen that.
Yeah, very cool.
If you get really good at this and you decide that you like it, you can become a guest speaker. If there's a topic you're really passionate about, you can sign up to be a guest speaker. If there is, just want to touch on it real quick. Become a guest speaker. I was trying to see if I could grab a couple more. Sometimes global connections for women. I mean, it's endless, and I'll let you guys go through this because I don't want to just waste all your time here. Mystery Skype is really cool. So I've watched a mystery Skype happen, and the teachers coordinate everything. And basically what it is, it's like 21 questions. And you coordinate with one class, and you have to guess where each other are in the world, okay? And you do that through really good questions, right? So like the one that I watched, they had maps. They were broken into groups, and they had maps of the United States. And through their questions that they would ask, they would narrow down where in the US or world, depending on where you do it, where each other were at. That's pretty cool. I was like, and I was gonna show you. And you can sign up to be a mystery. See this map right here? Anywhere that you see a face, if you click on it, she works for the Modoc County Office of Education, and if your kids called her, she would do mystery Skype, and they could figure out where she is at. You could figure out where she could figure out where you're at, and it becomes engaging, but it also has a really nice lesson around it, and that's a really good way to tie in your geography, right? Okay,
Yes.
You got to learn about stuff because maybe some of their questions are really hard. You know, maybe they throw in something about mountains or something like that. So anywhere you see a dot across the United States is where someone is ready to do a mystery Skype with you. And then you can put yourself on there so that if someone's trying to find someone in Sacramento, now your class is on there and you guys can coordinate back and forth. And it's super easy. And that part you can do all yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like you would like us to come out and help you, we will help you with that one as well. Okay, any questions about Skype? I am going to give you time to play and explore, and we'll be walking around to help you.
Mm-hmm.
But before I go to ports, any questions? Okay, more will come to you in a few minutes, I'm sure.
All right, so this is PORTS, the Parks Online Resources for Teachers and Students offered through the state of California Parks and Recreation. So they have lots of different units of study. We'll go and take a look at these ones. So we will touch on, how about elephant seals? There's many different ones there that you could use. So each page, each one of the units of study, it gives you an overview. It also talks about the academic content standard subject area, grade levels that it's designed for, but it's also adaptable to other grade levels, Common Core state standards, and next generation science standards. It talks to you too about the time required that you'll need and also the objectives. Over on the right-hand side over here, you can see who your contact person would be for these. So this one's a little bit different than Skype. So you don't have a calendar where you can go and kind of schedule your own. You're going to have to contact this person directly. And that's where we think IT would be a really good liaison because we have a relationship with them and we can get the scheduling and things set up for you and come out and help support. Like Jamie had touched on earlier, there's some things that need some configuration before you do one of these field trips. They also have registration forms here too that you can fill out and send to ports as well. So there's lots of different resources here on the side. You've got the lessons that come with this particular field trip about elephant seals. So if you go through, you can access the lessons, look at the different objectives and the materials that you'll need. It does kind of go over some of the more technical things that, like I said, we would come out and support you with as far as QuickTime and videos and things. And it goes out and it gives you, if you look down here under the procedure, it gives you like pre and post assessment sheets. So if we go ahead and take a look at one of those, you could print these out for your students and have them fill them out before you do the virtual field trip and then after. So that's really cool because it comes with different lessons. I think this one in particular has 2 lessons associated with it. Oh yeah, no, 3. So it's got all different kinds of benefits here. So you've got other different units of study. These are all of your options right now. Like we did say, this is California specific, but it's really unique because say it's raining that day or the weather is beautiful, or you know, it really adds a uniqueness to that field trip.
Has anyone ever checked out explore.org? No? Oh boy.
I'm gonna go?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna go there just for a minute. It's live cameras, live feed cameras all over the world. So if you are doing an animal unit or ocean unit or something like that, you could just bring up these live cameras. This right now is happening right now. They're with this little nest. Little baby eagles right there.
And this is in Maine, Hog Island, Maine.
Yes. No, it's called explore.org. Explore.org.
There's a couple different other ones too that you can take a look at. Pigs.
Pig pasture.
I'm looking at the pigs.
Sea Island, Maine, puffins. This is kind of cool. So when your students are working on their animal reports in your classroom, you could have animals up there. Maybe one of your students is doing an eagle. Or a pig.
There's no pigs. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there's one pig. So not only do you have the virtual field trips, but you have these live feed videos that you could have up during your units, right? During your discussions. Since we've opened it up and you guys now know what Skype is, there's all these different ways that you can use it. Okay, so really video conferencing, virtual field trips, it all goes together, right? But you can do parent-teacher conferences, guest speakers and buddy programs, home health. How many have had home health students and you got to try and work that into your schedule?
Students
going
can
all
also
over the world.
take classes that aren't offered at your school, off-site classes students can do. If you're struggling teaching a concept or you just want to watch the way another teacher does it, you can also, like we showed you on the Skype for Business, guest speakers and things of that sort.
Or you can stream with another, a teacher at another site. Maybe you know someone really does those math problems really, really well. You could have your students watch, maybe there's another style and they relate to it better. So it doesn't just limit you to those virtual field trips. I think we've opened just a big, huge world for you.